What's up, nerds? Thank you for nerding out with us. Welcome back to the Nerd Lounge 2.0. My name is Austin. This is my beautiful wife, Ray. We have our matching Halloween shirts on because it's October. And we, of course, are your friendly neighborhood movie review watch couple, movies and shows. Today, we got another Halloween October spooky season episode for you. We watched every single Freddy Krueger movie that exists. Or Nightmare on Elm Street, what have you. And we're going to rank those. And so that will be awesome. So let us know what your favorite Freddy Krueger movie is in the comments. And we will talk about that as well. And I think first, let's see, let me check my little schedule here. So yeah, that's going to be really our episode. Talk about some Freddy Krueger movies. And I think my wife has the first idea planned.
What is it called? You have to introduce it.
Oh, yeah. What's you made it up.
Yeah, so what? But you're like the introductor. Is that what they're called? Introductor?
I don't know, like the MC? The Master of Ceremonies or whatever?
We are not playing fetch right now.
Introducer. Well, instead of having an icebreaker, we got to keep it themed. So my wife called it the Nerd Breaker. So this will be the first annual Nerd Breaker. Or the first, whatever, the ceremonial first Nerd Breaker ever. Recurring segment. What's it going to be? I don't know what the Nerd Breaker is.
Oh, he's going to guess the Freddys. And it's honestly, when I was getting the pictures, it's pretty hard.
Because they
look very similar.
The makeup looks pretty much the same in all of them, yeah.
So it might be a little hard.
Okay, this will be fun.
And I'm doing it on my phone, so it's not going to be super big or anything like that. Okay.
I will, I'll put the pictures.
We're not playing fetch.
Just, like, send me the pictures to my email.
God, he's gonna want to play fetch now.
And I will, and I'll put them on, like, the screen.
Alright, so I'm gonna show you, or do you want to hold it? And then when you swipe, it'll tell you what it is. But don't, like, touch the screen, because at the bottom, the pictures will pop up.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Oh, that's the remake. This first one is the remake. Yeah, that's Jackie Earl Haley right there. I know that one.
Okay.
Which way do I swipe? Swipe like that?
The other way.
Yeah, so this one's from the remake. Yeah, that's a pretty obvious one because it's just the one that's not Robert Englund. This is the one where he's eating, like, the souls out of, like, the soup or whatever. I think this one is... I want to say it's 3 or 4. I want to say number 4, Dream Master.
Where is he? Okay.
Nice. 2 for 2. 2 for 2. This one is... He's at a pool... Oh, there was a pool party. This is number 2. This is Freddy's Revenge. Nice.
You know what?
3 for 3. This is the one with the syringes. Okay, this one I think is number 5, Dream Child. Oh, that one's Dream Warriors, number 3. Okay.
Okay.
So I got one wrong.
Sorry, the cat likes to play fetch.
This one looks like the first movie, the original Nightmare on Elm Street. Oh, that one is the Dream Child. Okay. I'm losing my rhythm here. Well, how many more are there? That one is...
No.
This one looks like it's pretty old. I'm gonna say this one's the first one. The original one. Okay, I'm really not doing good at this anymore. Final Nightmare. Okay. Freddy's dead. That's the new one. That is the Wes Craven's New Nightmare. Okay. And this one must be the Nightmare on Elm Street original. Wow. Wow. This one is Freddy vs. Jason. Okay.
See, this one's hard because they all look very similar.
The makeup is always very much the same.
Yeah.
It's definitely less obvious than, like, the Mike Myers masks or the Jason masks or something like that. Is this the original one? Wait, which one haven't I seen? I think I haven't seen the original one. Okay, there we go. All right, so process of elimination. Finally got the first one. I can't remember how many I got. I think I got like 5 right.
I think you have one more. I think there's one more. Okay, no, that was it.
That was it.
That was it. Good job.
Well, that was awesome. That was the guess of Freddy. I think I got 4 wrong and 5 right. I think so. That's not bad. That's not bad. Okay. Well, that was cool. That was our nerd breaker for the day. And as you guys are watching the video, go ahead and try to make your guesses before I make mine and see if you guys know them as well. All right. So I didn't do any research about Freddy, but I just know that he was like, wasn't he like a...
He is so ill prepared.
Wasn't he like a pedo?
Yeah. So I have... You want to read it? You want to do story time? Story time.
Do you have the information?
You can just read the first part.
A little paragraph?
Yeah.
Who is Freddy Krueger? This is from potterswaxmuseum.com. Freddy Krueger is the menacing antagonist of the horror film franchise Nightmare on Elm Street. A disfigured and burned serial killer, he haunts the dreams of teenagers living on Elm Street, exacting his revenge for his own death by terrorizing and murdering his victims in their nightmares. With his bladed glove and ability to manipulate the dream world, Freddy Krueger has become one of the most iconic and feared figures in the horror genre.
Yeah?
He was a child murderer who was burned alive by vengeful parents, leading to his supernatural resurrection as a dream D-word.
We don't say
that word here. Seeking revenge on the children of those who killed him. Yeah.
So who do you think has a higher kill count?
And he becomes between
out of who we've done.
Like,
I don't want him to unscrew that. Jesus, can we have one interrupted podcast ever?
One uninterrupted podcast.
What did I say?
Interrupted.
Oh no, I didn't.
No, you did.
No, I did not.
Okay, fine. Watch the tape.
Run it back. Run it back. That is not what I said.
This time I'm actually gonna put it in and rewind. Like a little rewind effect.
We've done Chucky and now we're doing Krueger, so who do you think has...
Well, if Chucky has between like 60 and 75, Krueger probably has killed... Well, he's killed people before like the first one. That's how he became like Freddy Krueger.
But I'm saying like I think within the movie...
Within the movies, sure. Within the movies, he probably kills... I don't know, between like 6 to 8 people each movie.
Okay, so...
There's 9 movies. So probably in the mid-50s or something.
Mid-50s?
Yeah, I mean in the first movie I think he only killed like 4 or 5 people. And then the second movie he killed like the coach and a couple other people. He killed a lot in like 3, 4, and 5. Killed a lot of those kids.
Okay, so what is your number?
I'm going to say... Do you have the answer?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm going to say 50... Okay, fine. I'm going to say 57.
57. The answer is 48.
Was it 48? I was
48.
I was thinking about 40s as well.
So I think Chucky's kill count is higher than Freddy's.
Chucky just be ruthless. Freddy's killing for like... Because the souls give him strength and stuff.
Yeah.
So he's got like... Chucky's just an evil little dude.
Little information knowledge station there.
Yes. I love it. That was awesome. Great job. History lesson. And math tutor over here.
No, you. I suck at math.
I'm okay, man. All right, we're going to move into our ranking of the Nightmare on Elm Street movies. And what we're going to do is we're going to list off our list completely one at a time. So, like, my wife will go first, and then I'll go, or whoever wants to go first.
And then we'll have a little spiel.
And then we'll spiel about each one and have our little spiel about it, our questions and our thoughts and everything. So go ahead, let us know in the comments what is your guys' ranking of the movies, or just like maybe your top 3 or your top favorite Nightmare on Elm Street movies, so we can talk about that as well. So as always, thank you guys for watching, and here we go. Rock, paper, scissors for it.
Okay.
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
You should have just let me go anyways.
Nah, go ahead.
Okay, so my number 9 for the Nightmare on Elm Street Freddy Krueger movies is going to be Dream Warriors. Okay?
What?
My number 8 is going to be Dream Masters. My number 7 what? They're going to be completely different. My number 7 is going to be Dream Child. My number 6 is Freddy vs. Jason. My number 5 is the Nightmare remake. Don't look at your list like that.
Here, I'll put it down.
My number 4 is The Final Nightmare. My number 3 is Freddy's Revenge. My number 2 is New Nightmare. And my number 1 is the OG Nightmare on Elm Street.
You're just such a follower.
What do you mean I'm such a follower?
I
love the originals.
So
I'm sorry.
I. They're great films.
The originals set off the whole thing. Don't be a hater,
This
dude.
is so funny because...
Don't be a hater.
On the Chucky list, your last place was my first place. And that is just super funny. So, alright, my turn?
Go,
You're
yeah.
gonna love my list.
I'm sure I am.
My list is the best possible Freddy Krueger listing rank ever.
I don't think so.
Number 9, I have Nightmare on Elm Street 2, Freddy's Revenge.
Wow.
In last place.
That's my number 2.
Number 8,
Or number 3.
I have the Nightmare on Elm Street remake from 2010. Number 7, Wes Craven's New Nightmare. Number 6, Freddy vs. Jason.
Okay.
Number 5, Nightmare on Elm Street, Freddy's Dead, The Final Nightmare. Number 4, Nightmare on Elm Street Dream Master. Number 3, the original Nightmare on Elm Street. Number 2, Dream Child. And number 1, Dream Warriors.
I'm so disappointed.
Number 1, Dream Warriors. That movie was awesome. I can't believe you didn't like that movie. That movie was awesome.
Hi, Loki. He actually made an appearance a little bit. It was just his butt, but...
His tail flapping around.
Go get it!
He didn't even go.
Go get it! I threw it. It's right there. Okay.
He plays fetch with pipe cleaners.
Okay.
Alright. So that was our list. So now we're gonna go into our little spiel. So
we're gonna go into our spiel in just...
We could start... Let's go from 9 to 1.
A second. In just a second. Because now I'm gonna give the IMDb...
Sure.
Rankings.
We like doing this part too. We like doing the...
what people across the world have ranked these movies.
Sure.
Number 1.
You're gonna go 1 to 9?
It's 1 to 9.
Is that how it is? Okay, yeah.
Number 1 is A Nightmare on Elm Street. Nightmare on Elm Street.
Majority of the world is wrong.
Original. Number 2 is Dream Warriors.
Hey!
Number 3 is Freddy vs. Jason. Which is weird. Yeah, that's number 3.
Okay.
Number 4 is A New Nightmare.
Okay.
And number 5 is The Dream Master.
Okay.
Number 6 is The Final Nightmare.
Okay.
Number 7 is Freddy's Revenge. Number 8 is The Dream Child. And number 9 is A Nightmare on Elm Street, the remake.
So no one really likes the remake. Yeah, it seems like.
I mean,
I had no problem with it. I like the actor, Jack Earl Haley.
Yeah.
It came out on the day of my birthday, April 30th, so that was cool. I saw it by myself in theaters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do now if you want to, we can deep dive into why.
Okay.
Okay.
So we'll start going down the list again. We'll start from 9 to 1. So I had Freddy's Revenge, the second Nightmare on Elm Street, and your number 9 was Dream Warriors?
Dream Warriors.
Okay.
Yeah.
So how about you start with your little spiel? So we'll give the floor.
I do have to sometimes refresh myself on, because there's so many movies on which ones are which, because they get all collided.
And
so,
again, we watched them all in the span of like 3 days.
Yeah. So it might take me like just a hot second to...
Like Dream Warriors, Dream Master, and Dream Child all blend together. For
yeah,
me.
yeah. So I think Dream Warriors was the third one, right?
That was the third one.
That's
that was
the Insane Asylum one.
That was like the one with Lawrence Fishburne. Patricia Arquette is in that movie where it's like the group of them, and that's when Nancy comes back.
Yeah.
Heather Langen something? I forgot her name. I should probably look up these people's names.
We say that every episode, and yet we don't.
Yeah, I really enjoyed that movie, so go ahead.
Yeah, first of all, I didn't think that Nancy would come back because she was just so traumatized. Why would you put yourself back in that situation? I mean, like, yeah, I guess you want to like help other people who are experiencing the same thing. Understandable, but if it was me, I wouldn't be helping no one but myself. If I haven't had these dreams for a couple years, why would I go back?
Into like a position that could bring it back.
Yeah, it also just felt very, and I think across like the last 3, not like Dream Child, Dream Warriors, and Dream Master, those 3 movies made me feel like I was watching a Power Ranger movie. with like they're like effects of like shooting stuff into people and like energy being sucked into lights. Like, so I'm gonna do all of those 3 right now and tell you why I.
Is it your bottom 3?
I think those are my bottom 3s.
I think it was like your 9, 8, and 7.
Yeah. So we'll just do that as a collective. That's what I felt like. That's like literally what I wrote down. I feel like I'm watching a Power Ranger movie. I didn't get it.
I personally liked it because it kind of like showed that Freddy's not the only person with like the power in the dream world, you know?
I mean,
so
yeah, but
that's
then
kind of why I liked it.
I don't know. And then it was in.
It was very like teenager team up.
When was it? Was it the Dream Child or was it the Dream Master one? That one is just weird to me because it's like Alice gave. Who was the girl's name?
The redhead girl?
Yeah.
I don't remember.
Oh my gosh. Sorry. We'll put the name somewhere or a picture. Alice gave her like her power or whatever to be able to beat Freddy, and I'm like, wow, now we can transfer powers in movies. Like, we have, it's a dream, so you should be able to.
The girl that got like pulled into like other people's dreams and stuff.
Yeah,
right?
but it's like it's a dream, so why can't you just manifest your own power? So like now people have like distinct power in order to kill Freddy.
That's kind of what they did in the 5th one when that guy with the comic books like became like that superpower guy.
No, that's not what happened. That's not what happened in that one. You're wrong. He needs to rewatch these movies. In that one, he's in his dream, so he made himself a suit. He didn't. No one shot power into him.
Oh, is that what it was? Oh,
yeah.
Okay, well, yeah, but I'm saying they're manipulating the dream world.
Right, that's what I'm saying though. So why did Alice need to shoot this power into? I should probably look up her name.
Well,
but
you want me to get my phone?
No. Why would you need to get your phone when I have my phone?
I'm just gonna have my laptop from now on. I just have my research going.
You should be doing something.
No.
The Dream Master.
Yeah.
Because I really don't like saying the girl. Her name was. That's Alice. What's her name? Kristen Parker? Because these are older photos of them, so I'm unsure, to be completely honest. But if you guys seen the movie, then you guys know who I'm talking about, the redhead chick. Yeah, Alice like shot some power into her, and now Alice like or not Alice, the redhead chick is like, she can do like all this kung fu, and she like can fight. But in any other of the films, it might
be Kristen.
Yeah, you can just manipulate your dream. So why did we need that?
Yeah, I hear you. I get it.
So I'm sorry.
I just thought they were enjoyable.
I honestly lost track of those movies. I wasn't able to like seriously like focus.
Making the list now, like, yeah, I was definitely like, wait, which one was that? Which one was that? I had Freddy's Revenge for number 9. I didn't really get into this movie. Like it's super funny. Like, I thought I was having like deja vu almost, because like they're doing like the push-ups in like the field, and then like the little scene goes on, and then like they're going right back into it doing the push-ups because they got in trouble again. I thought it was like the movie was like skipping or something. I was like, thought I was in like a time loop. I don't know. I just didn't buy into like the whole, like, I guess I like it because it brings it more into like the mythology that like Elm Street is like affected as like a whole community and not just like certain people, but it's like the children of the families that killed Freddy, you know? So yeah, I get it, but it's not my favorite one.
I like that one.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll talk about it. I'll tell why when we get to, because that was my number 3.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, moving down the line.
Well, I did those 3 collectively, so now I can just...
well, here,
Yeah, go ahead.
My number 8 was the remake. I thought the remake was fine. Didn't really break the mold, you know. It just was kind of a play by numbers or whatever they call it.
I have the remake as my...
like number like 5 or 6 or something?
My number 5. Yeah. But I have some comments.
Okay. it showed, I like that it showed kind of like more of like Freddy kind of becoming Freddy. Like them actually like burning him and stuff like that. And, like, they showed that a little bit in the original ones, but not as much. Number 7, I had New Nightmare. That was the one that was like the meta one where all the people are themselves and they're like making the new movie because Wes Craven was like, well, we stopped making the movie, so that was like what was keeping Freddy at bay, and that was like the reason why he was like a slave or whatever. Now he's back because we stopped making the movies. I just thought it was ridiculous. It reminded me of like how the Scream movies shifted to like, oh, the first like 2 were like this, and then it became like the movies, like they made the movies and it like existed in the world of the movie. You know, I don't know. I just could not get into it. I thought it was like 20 minutes too long. The kid actor bugged me. I thought he did fine, but I just thought he was kind of, I don't know. He was doing a little bit too much. I mean, don't get me wrong. Child actors, takes a lot. I can never do that. It takes a lot to be a child actor. He did great. This movie really like went over for me because like the one lady that like got killed in the hospital, I was like rolling around on the ceiling. People are like looking at the blood and they're thinking like, oh my god, you people are crazy. It's like, dude, like there's got to be a certain point where people actually begin to realize that some of these things that people are saying could somehow be truthful.
True. Yeah.
You know.
Well, I don't know. I'm gonna go back to one comment about the Dream Child because I wanted to touch base on it and I just remembered specifically that movie where she's pregnant and Freddy is feeding her babies the souls. And if you notice, like in these movies, Freddy loves making jokes about soul food. Because that's the second time he made it.
He's got like some of the funniest one-liners. Yeah. It's really true.
And in these dreams that she's having, her son Jacob is like a full like 5 or 6.
He's like a 6-year-old, yeah.
But he's still in the womb.
Yeah.
So it's like, does this really make sense on what's going on right now?
I liked it.
And then at the end, when Freddy is killed, then he goes back to being a baby. He's like a baby.
Like the little Freddy fetus. That part was weird. And then like the little nun lady like took him in, and then like the Jacob baby went like back into Alice.
Yeah, it's like,
I kind of liked it.
You like weird stuff.
Yeah, that's ones that like movies that like make you think long after it's been done is, I think, a good important part of storytelling, because then you go back to revisit it and you're like, oh, that doesn't make any more sense than it did before, but hey, all right, is that your piece on those?
Yeah.
God. Those are like those 3, 4, and 5 are probably like my favorite ones. I thought they were good. I like the fact, so like 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 pretty much all like coalesce together, and they all kind of go sequentially, but 3, 4, and 5 I thought were very
cohesive.
Yeah. Like that's why I enjoyed it, because they really did continue pretty much immediately from the previous ones. Like the 4 into 5, like the 2 or 3 kids that survived were immediately in the next one. I mean, they immediately were like killed off, but and then it led into like the new like Alice continuing and like all that stuff. So yeah, I enjoyed those ones.
Okay. My number 6 was Freddy vs. Jason.
My number 6 was also Freddy vs. Jason.
So we agree on that, surprisingly.
On one thing.
Yeah. I don't know. It's Freddy vs. Jason. It's like not good. It's like not bad. It's like, is it a Jason movie? Is it a Freddy movie? It's like just kind of sits nicely in the middle.
It's exactly what you think it is.
Yeah.
It doesn't do anything outside the box. I like the fact that like
I think the acting was mid.
The acting was like fine. I like the fact that they did the whole like bring Freddy out thing.
But that's like a reoccurring.
The whole shoot.
No, I did not. That's like a reoccurring thing in all these movies. Like they figure out, oh, we gotta bring Freddy out of the dream. I took his ear. I took a piece of his sweater. I took his
that
paw.
only happened in the 6th one.
No, it did not.
Bringing him out? That was the first movie to establish that.
No, it was. No, it was not.
Or did they establish that in the dream one?
Dude, this guy. You guys trust him with your movie reviews?
Hey. I got pretty good opinions.
This guy. No, that's not true.
All right, well, go on then.
Well, that's all. That's just like the that's all I have to say about my number 6. Is just Freddy versus Jason.
It's fine.
Mid. It was a good movie, especially at the time that it came out. Everyone was like, "Oh man, Freddy, Jason, they're fight!" Like, you know, it was a mid movie. It was like
what, 2007 or something like that.
I think it was like 2000.
It's like mid 2000s.
Yeah.
It's like a popcorn flick. It's like a background movie. You put it on, and then like you look over, and someone's getting killed, and you're like, "Oh, cool."
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
All right. Well, do you want to spill about? You just want to move on because we feel the same way about our number 6. You want to go to your number 5?
That's kind of it. Yeah, we kind of both really agree that it's just like, it's kind of just there.
Yeah,
you know,
there.
It's not. I don't think it's a bad movie. It's one of the. I'll go back and rewatch it a lot. I like it.
I think we watched it a couple times at the old apartment when we were like cleaning and stuff. We were like, let's put on Freddy versus Jason.
I think that's exactly what we did. Like we were cleaning and we put it on and it was fine. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna like run home like I gotta watch Freddy versus Jason. You know.
Yeah.
But yeah.
All right.
Number 5.
Oh, you want me to go number 5?
I can go.
Okay.
I had Freddy's Dead: The Final Nightmare. I actually really liked this movie. I thought it was actually pretty good.
Yeah.
I have no idea who like the first kid was that was like on the bus and he like went through like the WandaVision like screen and like ripped through like into Springwood. I have no idea who he was. John, I think was his name. But I liked the like doctor guy and like Maggie who was like the therapist lady. And there was like the one kid, I don't know his name. Can you look up the cast real quick?
Oh yeah.
He was the guy, the kid, Spencer, was like the stoner kid, and he was the guy from Rat Race. I don't know his name, but I just know he's from Rat Race.
Oh yeah, I know who you're talking about.
Yeah. The kid who like was on the couch
The
and
Final Nightmare. The cast is, that guy's name is Breckenmeyer.
Breckenmeyer?
Yeah, that guy?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I thought he was going to be like the main character.
Really?
Yeah. But he got killed off pretty quick. I thought the whole sequence with like the deaf guy was like, could have been much shorter. I thought it was hilarious that like his head exploded. I thought that was super funny. I just thought it was funny. Just a funny way to kill somebody. Freddy's getting unique. He's got clever ideas, you know?
Something is wrong with you.
The fingernails on the chalkboard thing, I thought that was actually really cool. So, but I will say, I thought like the whole lady that was like boxing was just like completely ridiculous. She was trying super hard to be all tough, but
oh, the lady when she was lifting the weights?
No, the blonde lady, Tracy, she's like boxing. She's like,
yeah, and she was lifting weights too, and you were like, you're holding that wrong or something like that.
Oh, she was doing bench press and her hands were too close, yeah. They weren't even on like the part where like the grip is, like the abrasive grip. Yeah. But I enjoyed that movie. I thought that was pretty good.
That's my number 4.
Okay, yeah. So what's your number 5?
My number 5 is the Nightmare remake.
Yeah.
I probably should have put this one lower, but I thought the other movies I put lower needed to be there.
Sure.
But it was just real. I don't want to say the word, someone's getting in trouble, but starts with R, ends with an E.
Oh yeah.
He was real. It was real.
Didn't it show him like before he was Freddy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was super.
It kind of was. It kind of went.
It turned him. They let him over sexualize in that one. Yeah. It was and we have kids, so for me it was like,
yeah,
it was a bit much. But I don't know. I thought it was okay as well. I watched it. I didn't like the voice. I didn't like the voice too much. It was like real like deep in like
the Batman graggly voice.
It reminded me of Maurice from Hormone Monster a little bit.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So I'm not too much to really talk about on that one. That was just
it's just kind of there.
It's just there. I didn't really favorite.
It's pretty probably forgotten. It's way more forgotten than the original one.
Yeah, that was the first time I'd ever watched it too.
Oh, okay.
Was that time?
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying about that one.
All right. Yeah. Not too much happening there. Number 4, I had Dream Master, which is the 4th Nightmare on Elm Street.
Go.
Well, you already gotta give your... Well, okay.
Spill it, dude.
My number 4, I liked 3, 4, and 5. I liked Dream Master, Dream Child.
You're gonna do them as a collective as well.
Dream Warriors. So, yeah. So, you talked about all 3 of them. You talked about Dream Master, Dream Child, and Dream Warriors. So I'll just bundle mine together. I had number 4, Dream Master, number 2, Dream Child, and number 1, Dream Warriors. Number 1 pick, Dream Warriors. Awesome movie. Awesome cast. Really cool premise. I think the reason why I liked it is because like the premise was so much different than the first 2. Mm-hmm. You know, the first 2 were literally like... Well, the second one was pretty interesting with like Freddy like ripping out of the kid and stuff like that. But these ones took that way more like exaggerated, where like the one he was like ripping out of like the chick, and she was like ripping out of him, and like all this stuff, and like she's running like up the walls and doing backflips. I just thought it was awesome. It was like a really cool twist on kind of like a classic just horror slasher. And then it also like the 4th and 5th one, the Dream Master one, where she was like able to tap into other people's dreams as they were like experiencing them, but she still couldn't really help, you know, but she was kind of like figuring out like that maybe she could do something. And then the 5th one, sure, with like the baby thing at the end, and like how the child was like grown, and then like the nun thing kind of came out of nowhere. But yeah, I really enjoyed those movies. I really like that they all kind of work together, that you watch them all in a row, and they keep going together, you know. So yeah, I like those movies a lot.
All right, my number 4 is The Final Nightmare. I thought it was weird. The scene where these kids are going like in a loop, right? That's that one, right? They're in the town, they're going in a loop.
No.
That is that one.
Where they're like, oh, we gotta get to the school or whatever. They're like,
and they're off, and then they're driving in the van, and then Freddy kills the guy, and he's like, oh, I thought I was your son. He was like, I'm not your daddy, and then he cuts the parachute, and the girl driving the van with the dark hair is his daughter.
Yeah, but that wasn't the one with like the time loop. That was like on the Dream Master, I think. That was on one of them. That was like, oh, we gotta get to somewhere. I'll drive. Oh, we gotta get to somewhere. I'll drive. Like that loop one. Is that what you're talking about?
These movies can be very confusing.
That wasn't like Dream Master. I think.
They told them to leave and go back to the adoption place. That's Final Nightmare.
Okay, the whole parachute thing was Final Nightmare, yes.
Yeah.
But I think you might be getting your wires crossed with the time loop thing.
There's 2 time loops.
Okay, well then.
Because I know the one you're talking about, the one where they're running and they keep ending up at that little.
That was the one with the redhead chick.
Yeah, yeah. I'm not talking about that one.
Okay.
I'm talking about the one where they go to the school and all these people are like, I don't know if these people are like lucid or if these people are like in a dream. I'm not sure. And she's like, go back. You're not supposed to come with me. Take the van and go back now. And they get in the van. And they're trying to leave the town, and they can't leave, and they keep ending up at that statue. They're stuck. Oh, he's dreaming.
Did you read about Freddy?
They're stuck in a time loop. He thinks I don't know what I'm talking about.
Okay,
you guys sometimes.
All right.
I think that it was a little bit extra. Like, you kill these people just to get to her when you just could have got to her in the first place, which is, I'm talking about his daughter.
Maybe he wasn't strong enough or something.
But then, like, you see him go into her body.
Oh, like the little...
Yeah, you see him go into her body, and now I'm thinking,
dream mist.
I'm thinking, like, Freddy's gonna possess her. Like, that's what he wants. But he, like, doesn't. She's not possessed by him or anything.
Yeah, and then that little thing goes nowhere, yeah.
That goes nowhere.
That's true.
And then she, like, just ends up killing him. I mean... It was okay.
Yeah.
It was alright. I thought more could have been done. You know, I did like the fact that Freddy was playing like video games or whatever. That was cool.
Yeah.
That was in there. Trying to get the boy to go down the stairs.
That was pretty fun.
That's what you got. That's the stoner guy you're talking about. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah. But yeah, there's a lot of stoner. That's like the second stoner in one of these Freddy movies.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the other one was in Freddy vs. Jason. Remember when he goes and dumps out all the hypno, whatever it's called? He's like locks himself in the security room. He's like smoking a joint, and then like that little worm-looking monster guy comes through the door,
Yeah.
And it like smokes a joint with him, and then all the people wake up with like because he's stoned, and they're like, go dump out the hero fuel, whatever crap.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Right on.
And then my number 3 is Freddy's Revenge. I like Freddy's Revenge.
The second one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I like it. I like it because it's so what's it called? What is the word?
For what?
The
effects.
The effects. Thank you. Wow. The effects are so bad that I like it.
Yeah, true.
It's so bad that it's good.
I just like that one. I just can't stand the parents in that movie, like the mom and dad.
Yeah.
Like the kid comes home like naked or whatever, and then the dad's like, "You on drugs?" And then the mom is like, "He needs help," and it's like no one does anything, and then like the parent like explodes, and the dad's like, "Something must have had some bad bird seed." I don't know. Like it's just like. I get it. That's how you drive the plot forward. But it's like at some point, if my bird exploded, I would be like, "What the hell just happened?" And if my kid's having like, "Oh man, I had these nightmares," something, it's like okay. And then then there's like evidence of a dude's claw hand ripping through somebody's chest. I'd be like, maybe the dude's claw hand ripped through my bird. I don't know. I would probably like to believe that I would put 2 and 2 together.
I will say though I will say that in the scene when he's in the bedroom. What is his name? God, we're terrible. Here, I will call him later. When what is it? Do you know his name?
The kid in the movie?
Uh-huh.
Like Jesse or something, I think.
Yeah, Jesse. There you go. See, I didn't have to look at that. You're so cool sometimes. When Freddy is ripping through Jesse's body,
and they're like ripping out.
You would assume he would die, that he was dead.
Yeah,
but he was not.
like...
But I love that practical effect. I thought it was so good. But it looks terrible, but I loved it.
It was a really cool kind of like idea.
Yeah.
But I want to say the reason why he didn't die was because
he was like possessed.
He was like using him to like get free. So I don't know. There's probably like a way that they explain it or a way that it is explained, but yeah.
And I will say, I love when movies end with love, and he was saved. He was saved by love.
By the little girlfriend.
Is it considered a love story?
I don't know.
He was saved by love.
He was saved by love. Oh, with like the little girlfriend, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because she was like
I
part of the dream.
love you, Jesse.
Oh yeah. And then he was
and then she like kisses Freddy.
Yes. And then Freddy's like, oh, love. And then he's like, no, it's too strong. No, that's true. I do remember that. Actually, yeah. And then he was like, I'm coming, babe. And he's like ripping out of him. Yeah. That was actually pretty awesome. All right. So that was number 3.
Yeah.
So my number 2 was Dream Child, and your number 2 was.
My number 2 is New Nightmare.
The one that was like the meta movie one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I liked it. Like I have a lot of questions, but I liked it.
I thought it was enjoyable.
I thought it was enjoyable too.
Yeah, it took me like a minute to realize that like they were like Heather. I was like, wait, is that Nancy? But it was like Heather. It was like the actor.
Yeah. They basically did like a Chucky and Tiffany moment,
where Jennifer Tilly was Jennifer Tilly.
Yeah. But what I did notice though, because you just were watching the end of it, right?
Yeah.
Is that in the book when he's like reading she's reading the blurb, it says, "Thank you for stopping Freddy again." That's what it said in the book. Mm-hmm. Thank you for having the guts to stop Freddy again, or something like that. So that kind of makes me wonder, like,
oh, was it always real or something?
Yeah, it makes you gives that little spin, just like, well, wait, is she Nancy? Is she not Nancy? Is she Heather? Who is she really? And then with Rob drawing, and that part I didn't like though, because you only seen him in the movie. Well, of course he's Freddy, but you only seen him as Rob in the movie like I think 3 times. What? The last time you see him,
Robert as Robert Englund.
Yeah, the last time you see him is when he's in his like apartment and she's asking to go over. He says no, he's drawing the picture of like Freddy and the Souls,
painting.
And then I think that's like the last time you see him as himself.
As Robert Englund, yeah. I think
yeah. So I didn't like that. I would have liked to see him where I would have liked for maybe the plot twist to be like he is actually Freddy and pretending to be Rob or something, or that it's an evolution thing of like he's now about to become Freddy, in this new day and age. That would have been pretty sticker cool. Mm-hmm. But that didn't happen. But I thought it was an interesting movie. I liked it.
I think it was like the most obvious thing to do with like the franchise to make it kind of like bring it into like a true reality kind of thing, that it's like, oh, is it really happening? Is it not really happening? The people are like real, but do they have like traumas from like the movies? Or whatever? Yeah. Did they like where they've done in these movies before is have people like forget and then it comes back all at some point? Or like, was it that? Did she just forget it happened and then something triggered it and then she remembered? But like, like her mom, her mom died, but her dad like changed her name and do whatever because once she starts going with the whole dream of her dad in the movie, her like it's been like when she's like, okay, dad, love you too, bye. Like it fully submerses her into the dream world at that point. So I don't know. I thought it was good. I thought it was real good. I like it. I mean, it's at number 7, but I probably could have put it above like Freddy versus Jason, but yeah, I like it. It's definitely entertaining. Whatever. You're lame. All right. Okay. What's next? Right. And then my last and final one, my number one is The Nightmare on Elm Street original. I put Nightmare on Elm Street original as number 3. It's good. It's fine. It's cool. It's Johnny Depp's first movie. Yeah. He's so fine. He's so fine. He's all right. He's fine. He's slack. He's good. He's great. He's super awesome. I don't know. I hope at some point throughout like these series or these episodes that we're doing with these Halloween movies that my number 1 is not always the OG, but I just feel like the OG always sets it off for everything else. I mean, it's like your first introduction to like Freddy. You know what I mean? Yeah. And that's what I love about it. Just like with Child's Play, it's your first introduction to Chucky, and it kind of just sets the stage for like what's coming next. I mean, you're not wrong. I don't disagree, but I just think that I like creating more mythology with these kind of things too. Like if all of like the 5 movies or like the first 5 movies or whatever just like stayed as like just a guy who kills you in your dreams, and it just like stuck the course and it didn't like veer off into these crazy like other like worlds that they're building and stuff like that, then yeah, it would just be like a good slasher. But if they're gonna build more stuff, I'm gonna be interested in that. Yeah. If you're gonna put more information, if you're gonna like build more about Freddy and like how he operates and like how the things give him strength and how people can like manipulate the dream world around Freddy and how they can like fight Freddy in his own turf and stuff like that. Yeah, that stuff's super interesting to me. That was like always the thing though. Like in the original, Nancy knew that she could pull Freddy from the dream. Oh, I think you're right, yeah. At the end. Yeah. If you watched the films. I did. I watched them. No, you probably didn't. I've seen the first one. I watched the first one. I watched it recently, yeah. Yeah. So, at that point, yeah, she knew that you could pull Freddy, and I thought that was cool, but the mom died, which is sad, and, I don't know. I love it. I like it, I love it, I love it, I like it. I mean, yeah, don't get me wrong. It's definitely super rewatchable. It's like a classic, just Halloween, spooky season movie. I got no problems with it. Yeah. I mean, I think it's great. I just like the other ones a little bit more because I just think they are... Like, as a slasher, it's probably like... Yeah, it's like easily one of my top favorite, like, slashers. I think so, too. It's cool. And you saying that you like the other ones. I mean, I guess... Saying that, like, from the first one, it starts on Elm Street in, like, this house or, like, this town. And now it's, like, traveling to... Because I thought at first it was only affected by the people who lived in, like, the house. Like, that's who it affects first. And then it goes from that to, like, now it's, like, the kids of the parents who killed him. And now now it's traveling down this line. But also, like, if it's about the kids of
the parents that killed him. Like, these kids are like grown now. So go. Their parents have had to have, so like for instance, let's say this. Okay, let's say Nancy's mom killed Freddy. Now Nancy is alive, right? And now Nancy's 17 having these dreams, right? Nancy doesn't have these dreams anymore because now she has a kid that is now 16. Now Freddy's trying to kill that kid. Like, so these people have to get to a certain point in age to have a kid, for that kid to grow older, to then kill that. Do you see what I'm saying? It's like, who else was there that killed them? Because it seems to be a lot of branching off with these kids. It was like
all of like the parents of like, because he was like at the school or whatever, and he was like doing bad things to children, and then they all banded together and they like trapped him in like, I think at the school, and like burned it down, or like trapped him in some kind of warehouse or something and like burned it down.
I don't know. It just seems like a lot of kids, but obviously too now we know at this point that you don't have to be a kid of one of the parents as long as his name is mentioned or brought back and he's made relevant, because obviously towns have stories that he can come back.
Yeah. He was like, every town has an Elm Street or something.
Yeah. Do they? I'm gonna have to look that up.
Probably. I think there's an Elm in Redlands.
Okay.
Sure.
Okay.
All right. Yeah. So, do you have any other thoughts or anything?
I don't think I have any other thoughts. I think I do have like some like things I noticed in some of the movies. Some of them I've already noticed, but so you want me to get into those? Just like little random
if you want
spills?
Sure, yeah.
Okay. So in the number in, what was it, one? Dream. What was it? Dream Master? I think. That's the one where she's pregnant. No, that's Dream Child. Dream Child is the one where she's pregnant. Yeah. There's that scene where she's with her friend. I think his name is Mark. That's the comic book
guy, yeah.
And he's like, she goes to sleep and, or no, she's like, I'm gonna go make coffee. Mm-hmm. And she comes back and Mark is asleep. And she sees like this piece of paper with the house drawn on it. And she draws herself on the piece of paper to go in the dream.
Oh, with like the little red marker and writes Alice?
Why didn't you just wake him up? He was right behind you.
Because it doesn't always work to wake him up.
But he woke himself up when he fell out of his bed the last time. So why don't you just roll him off his bed?
Well, I mean, yeah, sure.
Like, you take all this time to draw yourself and write your name Alice to go like into...
Because she thought she could go and stop him or something.
So it's like, so it's like now you don't have to be asleep. You can just draw yourself into someone else's dream. I was curious about that.
I guess that's a really good thought. Yeah, I guess that was like the medium.
Or is it because she's like the dream master? But you're not in his dream because you're not asleep. You're not in his head because you're not asleep yourself.
Yeah, but she was pulled into other people's dreams, so maybe she learned how to manipulate that. Because his dreams were like following like the pictures of the comic book stuff. Like they were like blank pages and they're like getting filled in like that. So she might have just been able to figure it out, like, I'm gonna insert myself into this, use the dream power.
Okay.
I don't know. I know as much as you.
And then also in Freddy, the second Freddy, Freddy's Revenge, I thought it was just really strange how like they're cleaning up, they just bought this house, they're cleaning up this house, and what was her name? What was the girlfriend's name?
Lisa
comes over. She's like helping him put stuff away. She's like, oh, what's this? He's like, I don't know. It's like a book. It's Nancy's book. It's like, people, y'all don't clean out your houses before you move?
That was like the diary, yeah.
Yeah. Why is his diary still here? It's a random diary.
Was it the house? Was it Nancy's house? I thought it was across the street, or that they were neighbors.
It was Nancy's house.
Oh, was it? Okay.
And then the house across the street was her boyfriend's house.
Oh, sure. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
so
yeah.
I just thought that was random. I was like, okay. there's a book. I mean, sometimes when you move into a house, sometimes you do find like little random stuff that maybe someone forgot or, you know, but, you know, I also thought that Nancy was in like an insane asylum.
I honestly don't remember
I thought she went
what
to
happened
the
between
insane
that one
asylum.
and the third one.
Because I thought in one of these movies, I think someone mentions it, and they're like, oh yeah, Nancy, after her mom passed away, after her mom died, they had to put her in a insane asylum or something. So if you guys know what I'm talking about, if that is a fact, can you please fact check me, correct me, whatever. But I think so.
Okay. I honestly don't know.
No?
I don't know. I guess I'm not equipped to do these movies because I don't know anything about them.
Sorry, he's a little lackluster today.
I'll just talk about Disney movies now.
Shut up. Okay, what's next?
Well, that was like kind of questions, final thoughts. I didn't really
Yeah.
write too many questions down.
Oh no.
I'll have to revisit some of these movies, but I liked them all. I mean, I liked them all in their own way. I don't think any of them were like particularly bad. The ones lower on my list were just because I liked other ones more than that, you know. Like I would see myself going back and watching Dream Warriors, Dream Master, and Dream Tale before I would go back and rewatch like Freddy's Revenge, like the second one.
I liked Freddy's Revenge.
You know, it's a good movie, or maybe I need to go watch that one because it is.
9 times out of 10, when I tell him a movie's not that bad and it's actually pretty good, and he goes back and he watches, he goes, all right, you're right.
Most likely, yeah. So,
I thought it was good.
yeah, it was fine. I enjoyed it. It really brought it back. Like the first 5, again, they're like pretty, like, sequential, you know, consecutive or whatever it is. But yeah, I don't really have anything else. I really enjoyed them. It was fun watching them all, but they did kind of bleed together a little bit.
Yeah. Especially the dream ones. So all those kind of just...
Yeah, 3, 4, and 5 definitely. Watching them all together and then trying to think back on them, you're like, wait, which one was that?
Also, too, like, if Freddy fed Jacob, Dan and Greta's soul, how did that affect him? Because you don't even see Jacob in any more of the movies.
I think that...
Or was that just an illusion?
I think it was undone when...
They killed him?
Like, those souls were, like, ripping out of him like that, and then, like, it got, like, sliced up, and then, like, the little fetus... I think it was, like, all undone. I think he became, like, pure again, or whatever. You know? So, that's my theory. I'm sticking to it. You got a question of the day?
No.
Nope, never mind.
Sorry. And then... Sorry. And then, like, well, you need to go... Alice is like, come find me in the tower. And then they go... Home chick goes and finds her in the tower, and it's like a skull or something. They're like, Freddy can't kill us if we find Alice.
Oh.
And then Alice is like... It's like Alice's corpse or something.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Weird. Strange things.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That was like my last little thought, because I'm just like thinking about the movies as a whole in my head.
True. All right. The final thing before we end the episode, we'll do a blind ranking of all of like the main horror franchise bad guys. Okay? So I'll give you like a name of a character, and then you'll immediately like put it into like a rank.
Okay.
1 through 6. Okay? All right. So the first one I'll give you is, because we're talking about him, Freddy Krueger.
Freddy? Okay. 4.
Next one. We talked about him last week. Chucky.
There's only 6, right?
There's 6 spots.
Damn. 5.
Okay. Leatherface.
1.
You like Leatherface?
Yeah.
Okay. Mike Myers.
3.
Jason Voorhees.
I only have 2 more spots, huh?
You have 2 and 6.
I'm gonna do 2.
Okay. The last one was Ghostface.
No!
That's why these blind rankings are kind of fun, because You got
Yeah, but if you think about it though, Ghostface is a person, so he can be easily taken out. All these people like come back from the dead.
He's probably like the most easily dispatched.
Yeah, so maybe I'm not too upset about that.
All right, so my wife's blind ranking was number 1, Leatherface. Number 2 was Jason. Number 3, Mike Myers. Number 4, Freddy Krueger. Number 5, Chucky, and number 6, Ghostface.
Yeah.
So how would you guys have ranked those if you guys watch along, or you can just rank them 1 through 6. That'll be awesome in the comments. Let us know. Let us know what horror franchise we should watch next for our next ranking video, because we're in spooky season. So I think the best thing for us to do is keep watching horror movies.
Yeah.
Do you have a question of the day or anything like that?
I don't think I have a question of the day today.
Okay.
Do you have a question of the day?
Would you guys rather have the superpower of like super speed, probably on the level of like Quicksilver, not the Flash, because he can like pretty much time travel. Like Quicksilver super speed, like pretty super fast. Or have you seen that movie Jumper?
No.
That movie's really good. Or would you have the teleportation from the movie Jumper? What do you think?
Me?
Well, you haven't seen Jumper, but he's like, he just teleports.
I don't want to teleport. I'd probably do Quicksilver.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I think the jumping ability is pretty sick, but it has to be places that you've like seen.
Oh, see, yeah, no, I don't want that.
But I mean, like, there's ways you can like manipulate it. You can like teleport yourself super high into the air and then like look around and then like just teleport around.
No.
You know?
I would just run.
The Quicksilver speed in Days of Future Past is
it's pretty good. Yeah. Like, Austin loves that scene.
It's pretty good. I love it.
The scene. He loves the scene in the kitchen, and he loves the scene where he's getting all the kids from out of school.
In Apocalypse?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Every time.
It's super like long. That sequence is like super long. It's pretty good. Yeah. All right. So let us know, would you guys rather have the Quicksilver speed or the jumper teleporting power? So let us know in the comments. Thank you as always for nerding out with us. Catch you next time on the Nerd Lounge. Stay nerdy. What do you think about that sign off?
All right, let's get out of here.